About a decade ago, I was driving through town, Elk Grove, where I live, and I pulled up to a stoplight, my pickup truck, and I was sitting there in the cab of my truck when all of a sudden I was having this vision. I was separated from the reality of sitting there in my truck. All of a sudden, I was sitting in a pew in a wooden church, and I was standing up to give a eulogy for my best friend from high school, Bob Amick. And I found myself looking around to see of faces there and looking at all the people looking at me as I told them about all the wonderful qualities of my friendship with Bob and all the great years we had together and the fact that we sang in a folk singing trio together in the 60s and just the wonderful life experiences we had. And I shared the fact that over the last 8 to 10 years, we've become even better friends at a deeper level since he'd been sharing so much of his life, is sharing about his children and his wife and his family and what he was feeling and his spiritual beliefs and his fears, his medical stuff. We were both going through a long period of heart attacks and dealing with heart surgeries and stents and all these type of things. So we were kind of leaning on each other, and he was kind of ahead of the curve. He had gone through this before me, so he was kind of somebody I was leaning on him as well. And he used to call me up almost daily during the week when he was commuting. He had these long commutes to work, half hour, 40 minutes. And the same thing when he was going home. He would call me up on his cell phone and we would talk. We'd talk about all kinds of spiritual things and stuff in life. And he was truly in love with his wife. He was truly in love with his children. And he was happy about being a grandfather. So he was in the best place that he could be. But we enjoyed these conversations. What was really eerie and strange about having this vision of giving him a eulogy at this church was just a couple, 2, 3 days prior to that, one of our last talks. He called me up and he told me how happy he was with life and everything worked out well and he was satisfied. And he made a statement that should he die in the next few days or an hour from now, it didn't make any difference, that he felt complete. He felt like he'd been loved and he was able to give love to others and he felt good about his life. He had no regrets. So that's the thoughts that was going through me. And I'm watching this vision. It's real life vision. I'm in this church. And then the light changed and people started honking at me. And I got back and started driving. And I got home and I was thinking about this because this happened at 4:30 in the late afternoon. And the next day, I get a telephone call from one of his brothers. He has 3 brothers. As soon as I saw it was from his brother, I already knew what was going to happen. And he told me that he had died between 4:30 and 6 o'clock. They weren't exactly sure. He was alone. He died in his driveway working on his little ranchette that he had and up in Jackson. So I felt bad because this was somebody that I finally got at a level of conversation where we were talking about real things that really matter: family, God, uh, spirituality, health, all these things. I finally had somebody that I could unload and they could unload with me. It was a great relationship, best it ever been. And then I was asked to go to his memorial service up there in Sutter Creek, California, up in the foothills, and they have this old wooden cathedral, the church. And I found myself sitting in a pew. And I noticed as I looked around, it was the same exact people that I saw in my vision. It was the same exact inside the church that I had saw. And I found myself standing up to give a eulogy, and the words came out just like I saw in the vision, except when I delivered them, I had one added thing to it. I told the people in assemblage there about my vision experience and how that I saw all them already, and I've already delivered a eulogy, the week before. And it really touched their hearts. It touched my hearts, and I'm just honored that as my friend was leaving this world, that I got some kind of message from him or about him whatever it was, um, I was honored. But I became even more honored after the service. And one of his children came up to me and she says, I want to show you something. And she brought this old wrinkled up piece of paper that was in her purse. And she says, I've been carrying this around for 8 years or whatever. And she says, my dad said this to me because he thought these words were of wisdom were something I should relate to and have. And I printed it out and I kept it all these years. And she says, and it wasn't until just a day or two before that I noticed that it was a reprint from an email sent by Reverend Bill McDonald. She says, that's you. So I just wanted you to know that. And when I saw the paper print out in her hands and read the words, it really hit me. Here's my best friend. He valued what I said, never told me he did that, but apparently he said it out to people in his life that he felt needed some inspiration. I actually broke down and cried. It hit me. It was nice to be honored, truly honored by a friend, especially a best friend.